for this session, and it is all about the power of playlists. Now, I realize that in release and ranking, we've touched on playlists a little bit, and if you were just watching those videos, you got some information there. But for VRA 2.0, I wanted to add a dedicated video about playlists because they are so important, and it's one of the biggest missed opportunities I see for most people on YouTube and even VRA members. So I want you to really lock in and grab a hold of this content because it's a big deal. Here's the deal. Playlists will help your videos rank, increase your channel authority, and they will trigger growth. And here's a fact. Minutes matter most to YouTube. But Sean, how can you prove that? How do you know that? Well, let's dive into it. When you go inside of your Creator Studio and you go to just your main dashboard, it tells you 3 analytics, which we can reverse engineer and know that these are some of the most important analytics to YouTube in order, because they're saying, hey, here's your scoreboard. Here's, what winning looks like for you. And we can see that subscribers are on there, but they're at the bottom of the list, right? So subscribers are important. Views are on there too, and that's what most people think is the most important, but that's also not at the top. Well, what is at the top? We see it right there, minutes, watch time. Minutes matter most to YouTube. In fact, that's worth saying out loud. Wherever you are in front of your computer, watching on your phone, say it out loud. Minutes matter most, right? And so if minutes are so important to YouTube, then we want to get as many minutes as possible. And again, minutes are more than even a view. When people think, views matter most, well, a view could just be 1, second. But 60 seconds is a lot more than potentially what a view is. Views could be very shallow, but a minute of consumption is a big deal to YouTube because they want people to be on their platform for as long as possible. So if you go inside of your Creator Studio and you go to your analytics, you can go to an overview on your main page. And what it does is it normally applies to your videos, and it'll show you your average view duration on your channel overall. So for Think Media, when I took this screenshot, it was about 3.5 minutes. Now that's not the best. It's also not terrible. That's pretty average across YouTube, right around 3.5 minutes of average consumption of the amount of minutes of a video. And that's the average across my whole channel. But check this out. If you go up to this tab and you switch it from videos to playlists, check that out. Look what it does to the average time in a playlist, the average amount of minutes consumed. Yeah, double, over double, or about double watch time, right? That is a big deal. Double minutes if somebody is watching and consuming a video in a playlist. So playlists are a huge opportunity to get more channel authority, to get people on your channel longer, and to have YouTube like your channel more because you're getting more watch time, which is what they want. So here's some of the benefits of playlists. The first is that playlists can actually rank in search the same way that a video can rank in search. So can playlist. 2, they build the authority of your videos. Even if you just take a video and put it in a playlist, it operates kind of like a backlink. And so when you're talking about backlinks, social media links coming to your videos, YouTube has another signal adding authority to your video to help it rank. Number 3, you can use them on your homepage. In fact, the way that homepages are set up is with playlists. So this is a playlist, YouTube tips, how to get more views and subscribers on YouTube. That is a playlist title. And these videos are what make up your homepage. NAB 2017, highlights and video gear. That is a playlist that makes up what is the content of your YouTube channel homepage. And maybe you haven't updated that in a while, then this is a great opportunity to also create playlists to organize your content on your homepage and on your channel overall. Number 4, they'll help you show up in your own suggested videos. When you start using playlists, your own suggested videos will be more of your own content. And these days, sometimes it might be none of your own content. So if you want to raise the overall viewership of your YouTube channel in general, use playlists. Number 5, the Google YouTube machine loves playlists. Now here's the reality. A lot of people are actually probably not going to come to your channel and click on the playlist tab and then go look for content. It's pretty rare and not a lot of people do that. But that's, I think, also why people are missing out on playlists is because they're not understanding that Google and YouTube actually love them. What Google and YouTube loves is that when you organize your videos in playlists, it's giving them more data to suggest your videos more places, to give you more recommendations, because they just love the metadata and the organization that playlists provide. So if Google and YouTube love it, then we definitely want to do it and give them what they want. And then number 6, you can embed playlists on websites and blogs. So you don't just have to embed a video on a blog, you can embed a playlist there, and then you have a chance of getting even more watch time, as we've already seen, because there's multiple videos in one playlist embedded on the blog. And then when the video ends, sometimes when videos end, it'll play somebody else's video. It'll actually lead someone away from your content, but when they're in a playlist, it'll keep them on your content. So now let's talk about how to create a playlist and some best practices. And so I recently posted a video at the time of shooting this training on how to make a viral video with Bryce Jergy from the Jergy's vlogging channel. Now, by the way, this is a much-watched video. This will add a lot of value and give you probably some strategies that I think you'll love for getting attention, getting press and media attention, and growing the influence of your YouTube channel overall. And so the title of the video is How to Make a Viral Video, and then a few other keywords that I wanted to rank for. And you can see it's doing great, a lot of blue numbers, ranking well. And so after I make the video, then I create a playlist. And so you can see here the video is called How to Make a Viral Video. Playlist title is How to Make a Viral Video on YouTube, just a little bit different, a couple words added, parentheses, viral marketing strategies. What am I doing here? The key is you want to use the same best practices that you use for your videos, the same VRA ranking best practices when you are building out playlists. So make sure that it has a title that has not even just the same necessarily keyword or key phrase, but like stacking variations of that. So all of these things it's repeating viral, it's stacking some nuances. Then you also can include a couple keywords in the description. So I say viral marketing tips, techniques, and advice on how to make things go viral on YouTube. So you can now see that the title is stacked like VRA, the description is stacked. Then you can add videos over here. And so I added the one video, and then I also had another video from Think Media that I added to the playlist. So that's kind of starting to build out a series. And then I also added another video that's kind of not directly related, but sometimes it's nice, you know, it's on topic sort of, and it builds the playlist out a little bit. And so the cool thing is you can actually create a playlist with just one video, but I usually like to add 2 or 3 so that it's built out a little bit and it can help all those videos and all stack as much as possible on the same relevant theme. And so a power tip now is that once you've created this playlist, that you want to share the video whenever you promote it on social or anywhere. You want to share the video in a playlist and not just the standalone video link, especially when you're getting double the watch time, you know, on average when people watch a playlist. So that's a big deal. You're actually, you know, if you send out a tweet and someone clicks it, you're potentially getting double the ROI of that viewer. So that's a big, big deal. So what you would do is create a playlist. Then what you do is you click on the video and it'll bring you to the watch page, but it looks different. And it looks different on mobile and here because now it's the video in a playlist, right, over here. And so you can actually see that it's the YouTube link plus a lot of extra just gnarly URL data here, but that is the link that you want to share out. So you would notice you probably need to shorten it, use tinyURL or Google URL shortener or Bitly or something. But see now, when you send this out, this video will play as usual. People won't know any different, but it's in a playlist. So then the autoplay next video will be the next video in the playlist, and it'll also influence the suggested videos. And it's just a best practice overall. Really cool, right? And so here is a couple playlist strategies. The first one, and we've talked about this a few times throughout VRA, is I want you to be thinking in video series and not just solo videos. Remember when I was talking about my smartphone video series or gift idea video series? My goal is never to just make one-off videos, but to always be thinking about series of videos, groups of videos. And then week after week, you can be stacking those in strategic playlists. Secondly, YouTube sees a new playlist like as a new piece of content. And so what do I mean by that? What I mean is when you come inside of your creator studio and you make a new playlist, YouTube sees it the same. It triggers the same thing to the algorithm as you posting a new video. So even if you don't post new content, what you can do is actually create a new playlist. And you might wonder, well, Sean, why would that be relevant? Well, it could be relevant because what if, in my case, this playlist is called How to Grow Your Business with Online Video. And in this case, I talked about email list. I used an old video about building your business from a Grant Cardone interview, and I added a couple different things. Well, maybe another video comes out in a couple weeks, and it's about something else that's kind of related to online business, but it gives me a chance to create a new playlist that has an entirely different title. Like maybe in a couple weeks, I create online business marketing strategies for a small business. So now that idea could be a new playlist that I create, either one, just to group these videos and maybe a few other videos, at least once a week, even if I don't post new content, into a new playlist. And some of the videos from other places might be relevant. And again, what that's doing is YouTube sees a new playlist as a new piece of content. Okay, so let's get into a few playlist strategies. Number one is I want you to be thinking in video series and not just solo videos. Now, this is a theme that we've talked a lot about in Video Ranking Academy, and that is, if you remember back to the research module, we talked about my gift ideas series or my smartphone accessories series. The key is when you really want to leverage playlists, you want it to kind of reverse engineer your strategy for your whole content. Rather than creating one random unrelated video, be thinking about video series that can stack in playlists and build authority and all link to each other, serve each other, and build a massive momentum of views on your channel. Number two is that YouTube sees a new playlist as a new piece of content on your channel. What do I mean by that? What that means is that when you create a new playlist, YouTube actually treats it in the same way as if you uploaded a new video. So you can create a new playlist even once a week, and you should be, maybe even if you don't upload a new video, or even if you do, it is a great way to trigger consistency in YouTube's eyes. But you might be wondering, what's the point of just creating new playlists all the time? Well, let's talk, for example, this playlist of how to grow your business with online video. Well, that was, I put this video out about growing your email list, and then I have a couple other videos that are related. But let's say in a week or so, or let's say in a few months, I actually wanted to just create a new playlist that was relevant. I might type in something like online marketing, tips for small business, and maybe that is a new playlist that I want to rank for. It's a different angle, but these videos and other videos on my channel might fit under this idea. And so that'll be a great time on just an extra day of the week to create a new playlist, because again, you're talking to the YouTube and Google machine. It says, oh, these videos are associated with this title, and it might boost the distribution of those a little bit. You're showing up in suggested videos. You're adding authority. You can share this playlist out as a specific link. This playlist only has 150 views, but those views came because we would take the playlist and tweet it every once in a while or share it every once in a while. The playlist grows in authority, and your channel and your videos can grow in authority overall. So it's really powerful to be creating more playlists even than you think you probably should be creating. Number three is create at least one new playlist a week. So that's what we're talking about, especially when you release a new video, but even if a new group of videos starts to make sense. So if you had a cooking channel, maybe eventually you only have one dessert, but after a while, maybe you have 10 desserts, and maybe they're a themed dessert. And so always thinking about different angles to create new playlists. And remember, those are talking to Google and YouTube. And then if relevant, and you can include other people's videos in your playlists. And that brings us to one of the keys in general that YouTube loves, is YouTube loves it when your videos get views. It's called watch time and audience retention and minutes. And so when people watch and give minutes to your channel, then YouTube loves that. But here's the other thing that YouTube loves. YouTube also loves if you start a session and it is credit and you are the originator of that session. Well, what's a session? The example would be if you send out a tweet and someone starts with your video and they watch a 3-minute video from you. But then after, they watch someone else's video for 4 minutes and then they stay on YouTube for an hour. If you started the session, YouTube loves you and they give you some credit. It's called session time. So the more you can be sharing your videos on social or bringing people from outside of YouTube into YouTube, or the more you can get subscribers and they click on your video first, the point is this: if people start with you and then stay on YouTube, you get a portion of that reward. And so if relevant, you can include other people's videos in your playlists because you're still going to get rewarded if maybe they start with something, concept from you, but there's other complementary content that you want to use strategically in your playlist. YouTube is going to love the fact that you did that, and it'll build your channel authority overall. And then number 5, you can promote your playlist on social media. So once you've got that link, share it out, tweet it, Facebook, whatever social media platform, send it to your email list. Anywhere you're active, it could be very powerful. Now, if you want some ideas about titling playlists, about playlist descriptions, about, I think it's worth maybe taking a few minutes to head over and study some of these examples. Go to Video Influencers, look at the playlists that are created there, and then also Think Media and check out the playlists that are created there. And that'll give you some insights about making your own playlists to take advantage of some of these things. Well, I hope you got some value out of this playlist training. Again, playlists are a big deal, so don't cut corners, don't ignore them, use them strategically, and you're gonna get big results. And I will see you in the next video.